Is the sleepy gal this morning. Hey, Solies, happy hump day. I am doing this on the day that this podcast should already be out. And I'll give you a bit of context, but we'll go into it on Friday. I had my read with David, the medium, yesterday afternoon. We did a reading swap. This is what's great when you have psychic friends. And yeah, I need to do more of this, like where you can just go, okay, I'm gonna read for you, you're gonna read for me. It's amazing. It's great. Anyway, that was phenomenal, as you can imagine. And then I got completely wiped. I was out, I was down and out. It's like my third eye and my crown like blew wide open. I had a migraine coming on. I haven't even spoken out the reading with any of my friends. I've spoken a little bit of it with Tranny, but it was like so intense yesterday. I fell asleep on the couch at 7 o'clock last night, woke up at 10:30, like, where is everyone and what day is it? And then sleepily took myself to bed, and here we are. So that is context, but let's drop into your weekly vibe check, shall we? Now, I know I spoke a lot about Neptune into Aries at the beginning of this week, and obviously that's going to set the undertone for the vibe for the next week. We are going to have more strong, prominent transits over the coming weeks that are moving us from last year was a lot of watery energy, especially with the Pisces North Node, and we had a few Mercury retrograde. Actually, I think this year Mercury retrograde is in a water sign every single time, which is a good thing because we're shifting from this heavy, dense, almost watery, heavily emotional energy into this fiery energy this year. And I know you guys have all heard about the fire horse. That's happening mid-February. So that's the year of the fire horse and this energy of, oh, I'm just joining the dots for reading yesterday. The reading yesterday with Dave, horses came through. I understand why now. Anyway, there's a fire horse energy. There's the Aries energy of Saturn's going to be moving into Aries in a couple of weeks' time as well. We're going to have Jupiter moving into Leo, and then we have the Leo South Node mid-year. There's lots of fire energy that's being activated as of this week, and it will continue. Now, if you joined my New Year's ceremony at the beginning of the year, you'll know that this fire could look like literal fires. And I did say that from, the end of last year, that could be more natural disaster type fires. I was being shown the LA fires of last year. Obviously, this isn't anything that we wish for, but it's just what I'm seeing is like collectively and globally, we are going to see there's just flames. Things are burning. And I'm hearing as I'm saying this, like the Taylor Swift song, Castles Crumbling. And it just feels like it's the beginning of the end for a lot of, and this makes sense globally, right? We're seeing a lot of really diabolical acts happening over in the US, and diabolical is such an underused phrase. And it just feels like castles are crumbling and establishments are falling. And so that's collectively, it does have this energy of chaos, and it does have this energy of disintegration. And it doesn't have an energy of fear within that. It feels like I'm hearing, as I say it, there's a natural order to things. And it's about for us how can we sustain our own energetic well-being and physical well-being as big things shift around us. That feels like the vibe is like, remember on Monday when I said I'm feeling this desire to just come back to the practices that I established last year that made me feel good? It's that. It's how are we looking after ourselves really implicitly, focusing on our physical health, our mental well-being, the way that we process anger, because Aries is love you guys, but you guys are the angry sign of the zodiac. And Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is the god of war. And so there is some quite intense energy at play this week that's been activated collectively. But what I'm hearing as I'm saying this is the vibe for all of us is tend to ourselves, show up for ourselves, and then we're going to be able to, I'm hearing the word stabilize. We're going to be stabilized in whatever happens collectively around us. So the things that are coming through, firstly, hydration, adequate hydration. There are some of you who are needing to, and it's like on your to-do list. I can see the to-do list. It's like you're either needing to get a drink bottle. That's me. I need a drink bottle upgrade. And you're needing to be more vigilant with your hydration, electrolytes, those things. That is absolutely the first step. We just need to be extra hydrated, not just this week, but over the coming weeks and months. But now is the time to start with the hydration. We also need to be sweating, and that doesn't have to be a sauna, but I have one now because it's so great. But basically, the displaced anger that we haven't processed personally is going to be coming up through our skin. So don't be surprised if you're feeling some sort of flare up, if you have skin conditions like psoriasis, eczema, dermatitis, if you have any kind of histamine condition and you're like, oh my God, I'm going backward. I promise you, you're not going backward. It's just that we're needing to be even more vigilant with what causes inflammation in our systems, because suppressed anger is just merging up and out, and it's going to find whatever means it can. And so a lot of the time when we experience some sort of skin condition like a psoriasis or a histamine condition, it's because it's anger that's been held in and suppressed for a very long time. So if you're having any skin flare-ups over the next week, or dare I say maybe the next month or next 6 weeks, it's time to really tend to your inner, like I'm seeing the microbiome, I'm seeing your stomach, I'm seeing nourishment and nutrients. What creates a flare in your system is going to be different for each of us, and you're going to know what are the food sensitivities. Some of us it's eggs, some of us it's gluten, some of us it's dairy, some of us it's carbs, some of us it's all of the fucking above. Whatever it is for you, it's time to get a little bit more dedicated with yourself when it comes to just minimizing inflammation in your physical body. When you do that, you're going to start to feel the anger. The anger is going to start to come to the surface. This is a good thing. We don't want to bypass the anger, but we don't want it to come out through our bodies and create, tension in the liver or kidneys. I'm seeing the spleen as well. So we're needing to do the things we can to stabilize our physical body so that then our emotional body can actually feel and process. So when you feel the anger, amazing. It's coming up and out. It's like a volcano. We don't want the volcano to just like hold and never burst. We want the overflow to come, but in a way that's safely contained. So how are you going to safely contain your anger? I'll tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to lash out at people I'm seeing like car parking spaces. You know how people get in arguments over car parks? It's like, oh, they're people who haven't been able to move their anger through. And so like a little thing tips you over the edge. We're not going to take it out on our kids. We're not going to take it out on our partners. We're not going to take it out on our friends. Everyone is experiencing this same collective transit. So if you're on the receiving end of displaced anger, I mean, that's not okay. Assert boundaries where they're due, and also try to hold compassion for literally every person going through this similar experience. But what you can do is just start to allow your system to have processes to move stagnant anger through. So we're looking at physical activity, working up a sweat, lifting weights at the gym, going for a sweaty walk or a sweaty run, yelling in your pillow, playing Alanis Morissette or whatever your angry music of choice is, shaking your body, somatic shaking, lymphatic drainage, lymphatic massage, maybe some body work, although it feels less of like a gentle transit and more of like we want to move it, we want to purge it, or some of you are probably, you guys know how I feel about vomit, but there could be some purgy stuff happening that could look like vomit, that could look like just stuff moving out of your face. So you could be, oh, like the black stuff I'm sweating out. Right. Thank you. Or it could be, and this is where you want to help the detox along with lymphatic stimulation and saunaing and sweating and movement and those things. But yeah, if some of you have really held the anger in, it could look like something a little bit more aggressive, like a vomiting purge, or a kind of flu-like symptoms where you're coughing and spluttering and sneezing and snotting basically all over the place. Try and trust that the reason that that's happening is it's suppression that's being actualized and moved through. None of it is bad. It's actually right on time. That feels like a lot of intel for you guys. So the vibe check this week collectively is quite big and will continue as we continue to have these fiery sort of transits. Internally, though, you can really navigate this time by tending to self, by doing all the things I spoke about today. The urgency in life is going to start to ramp up, where, January felt like a bit of a void space. Come next week, I reckon by Monday, Tuesday next week, we're going to feel like there's so much to do and I have so many places to be. And we start to get swept up in the collective busyness of life. If you can hold your own within that, you're going to have a much easier time navigating what's happening outside of self by holding yourself inside. Holding yourself inside, you get what I'm saying, holding the inside self. All right, guys, that's a vibe check. Happy hump day. I'll be back in your ears on Monday.